However, if you're not in one of those two camps, it is highly unlikely that you would need to consolidate before July 1st, 2026. And in fact, it could be dangerous to do so. So make sure you go back and listen to those episodes to make yourself aware. Along those lines, when it comes to progress for people who have applied for either a consolidated loan or an income-driven repayment plan, there has been minuscule progress made. One stat that said they had gone from like 1.5 million applications for income-driven repayment down to like 1.25 million. So next to no progress, but there is technically progress in terms of them making an effort when it comes to IDR applications. An area where they are not making an effort that does have an update is the fact that the administration has said that they are not processing forgiveness for income-driven repayment plan in any form as of right now. As a recap, forgiveness was already frozen under the SAVE plan, under the income contingent repayment plan, under the pay-as-you-earn plan. The rationale from the Education Department being that those plans were created by the Department of Education, previous administration. They did not think those plans were legal, and as a result, did not think that they expressly granted the ability to wipe away loans under those plans. As a result, for a period of time, the only plan that they were processing forgiveness for was income-based repayment, and people who wanted that forgiveness, even if you got to the end of pay-as-you-earn, you could simply transfer your loans over to the income-based repayment plan and they would process it that way. Well, recently the department hasn't even done that. And their reasoning to the courts was that the payment counts in terms of how much forgiveness was being offered were out of whack because of the credits given during the Biden administration. Well, they have been sued for that stance. They were taken to court and an amended lawsuit was filed. We'll put the link to that article in the show notes, basically saying that you are illegally withholding forgiveness from people who are eligible for it. And there is no rationale to say that someone who has made, for example, 300 payments under a plan that only requires 250 should have to wait before those loans are forgiven. So we'll see the outcome of this lawsuit. It could go to multiple levels of the court. It could take a long time to be resolved. But in terms of whether there is movement on that stance, there is pushback over something that I also agree is highly likely to be illegal. And hopefully there will be a court that steps in to say, at minimum, you need to start processing forgiveness again through IBR.